things I would absolutely miss if I had to leave Japan would be all the tea ceremonies. Well, today, join me for a super special one at Saidaiji. Hey, look who it is. I gotta sneak up on him. Welcome to today's video, where we are going to be going over a very special tea ceremony. And this particular tea ceremony is at Saidaiji, which is one of the powerful 7 great temples in the city of Nara. It was first established in 765 AD, and it was supposed to be a counterpart to Todaiji. Now, this particular temple is actually part of the Shingonshu Rishu sect, after the founder Eison, and he took over administration in 1238. Since that time, it has undergone several reconstructions. But today's feature item is this interesting tea ceremony that they do, which is called Ochamori Shiki. And the Ochamori Shiki is an unusual tea ceremony that dates back over 750 years to 1239 and the early Japan's Kamakura period. It first took place on the last day of the New Year's prayer, when the monk Eison, who lived from 1201 to 1290, offered tea to Shinju Hachimangu Shrine at Saidaiji Temple, and subsequently served it to the parishioners. Eison led the resurgence of this Nara period temple complex in the Kamakura period with his benevolence and discipline. Since tea was high-priced medicine in those days, it was believed that the first time that many people drank it was with Eison. Rice bowls and saucers were also used to serve the tea because bowls specially designed for drinking green tea did not exist yet. Tea later became the standard fare at temple events because religious precepts forbid alcohol from being served. So these events became known as chamori. Cha meaning tea, a play on words of sakamori, which colloquially means bout to drink. The Ochamori Shiki has been passed down today at Saidaiji Temple as an unbroken tradition rooted in the caregiving spirit that Eison manifested in his regular dispensing of medicine to the sick and to the underlying Buddhist precepts that bans the consumption of alcohol. Now the Ochamori Shiki is held in a large hall with a tea bowl so large, 40 centimeters in diameter, that people have to help each other just to drink from it. The atmosphere is friendly and creates a true merging of the minds. You can see here now that they're actually giving out the first large tea bowl. It's kind of crazy to think that this is a tea bowl. That monk there, who is first, is actually the head of Todaiji Temple. Of course, we have YTV and NHK and Kansai TV and Osaka TV, everybody who was there, because this was actually a very special event. Because of Corona, they actually did not have this event for almost 4 years. And so to be a part of this was quite the honor. And for me, it still does look a little bit silly to have such a big cup, but man, it was fun. And one of the things too about all of these old chawan, there's me, is that all of them have these really special designs, just like the smaller cups do. But now we just have super big cups, so you have even more intricate and beautiful designs. That is my friend Yayoi Sensei who invited me to this event, and it was just so much fun, and it was very, very good tea. Sometimes you get the matcha, which is almost gritty and tastes like a little bit like dirt, and then some of it is very creamy and sweet. A lot of it has to do with, of course, the matcha itself, as well as what you eat prior to the drinking of the tea. All right, so here's my chance. I'm going to bow and say thank you, and then I'm going to turn it twice, and then I'm going to give myself a big old sip of this wonderful tea. And this particular tea was a very dark green, and it was creamier than most that I've had. I wouldn't say that the taste was very sweet. I would say that it was more savory, and I use that almost begrudgingly because it wasn't savory in a sense of like salty or anything like that. It was very long lasting of a flavor. Sometimes many of the teas that I've had, it's kind of a short burst of flavor and then it's bitter afterwards. There was almost no bitterness to this tea. And of course, we have my friend Jonan, really excited, and the cameraman absolutely loved Jonan. We actually were featured in NHK and Kansai Television and Yahoo News for this event. And so it was kind of fun to see our faces popping up in a bunch of different places. But this wasn't just the only part of the event that we did. Afterwards, we got to go to this nice, beautiful waiting room where we did some ikebana. So, beautiful collection of ikebana here in a range of styles, from shin to gyo to soul. There was a couple in here that I almost fell in love with. I wish I could have them at my home for eternity, but that's impossible with these flowers. This is actually the name of the school that is doing all of the ikebana as well. So then we go into the second event. This is oko. It's a type of incense that's burning, and this was done with the second type of tea that we were doing, which was usucha. So this is more familiar to most people who are interested in tea or who have ever joined a chakaiseki or any type of tea event, like in the previous videos that I've shown before. So this one should be a little bit more familiar. You can see the ro that they are using, and as well as all the materials. And this particular style was omote senke. I believe that this particular Japanese treat was supposed to look like a flower called shion, as well as something else. I can't remember everything that they were telling us about it. I was too busy enjoying my tea and snacks. Of course, all of the tableware that we were using and all of the urushi lacquered stuff was just gorgeous. I don't think that the video does it justice. It was really, really beautiful makie that was done on all of these individual bowls and containers. Now, all of the bowls themselves too, a lot of them were actually quite rare and old chawans. The one that you're seeing right now that's being made was actually the one that was used for me. And you can see her now putting in the usucha, and soon what's going to happen is she's going to take some of the water and then whisk it together. And one of the other things too about these events, especially when there's not someone who's explaining a lot, and of course I'm sort of ruining it by explaining things and going over it, but actually during the event as well there was someone explaining stuff, so you miss out some of the nuances of this, like this sound here. This sound of the shaka 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 is lost when someone is speaking and explaining over the things, but that's part of the aesthetics of it, and it is very nice. That particular bowl actually is covered in there's a small central ring that goes around it, which is makie, and that's the gold painting on this particular chawan. And so you're going to see her now bring the tea bowl over to my friend Yayoi sensei, and she will then say thank you for this and iketakimasu, and she will pull it over here. She will serve to me. I'm going to now drink. Then she puts it to the person next to her and say, excuse me while I drink before you. And then she brings it to herself and then bows as a sign of gratitude, takes it, takes the most interesting part of the bowl and faces it to the other people, and then she drinks 3 times. 1, a light comment of it being of how it tastes. 2, and then she'll do a 3 and a big slurp. The temple was adorned with beautiful calligraphy throughout the grounds. That was a very interesting chashaku holder. It was 3 children playing. There was the chasen, and here were some of the ornate bowls that they were using, as well as the roll. The garden was gorgeous, and this was just part of it. I mean, you saw some of it in the beginning of the video, but this is a place that I just recommend that everybody go to. And if you're in Nara, sometimes the temples are hard to get to, and they take a lot longer than one would expect. But Saidaiji is actually right outside of Saidaiji Eki. So Saidaiji Station, you take 2 minutes, and you can actually go to a very famous pastry shop and see Saidaiji. After this wonderful event, we were able to have a nice little soba lunch, and I definitely like to put the popped rice and negi in there. And then after this, we had a little bit of a conversation with the monks, and we called it a day. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time for more Shakuhachi fun.